Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the secrets buried in corporate filings. Today we're diving into Blue Owl Capital Corporation 2's latest report, a filing that might seem a bit dry at first glance, but hints at some very interesting moves and numbers. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, if you love getting clear, understandable insights from complex financial documents, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. You'll also find a link to our Discord server in the description below where we discuss these filings in more detail. So what's the big story here? It seems Blue Owl Capital Corporation 2 is adjusting how they issue shares for their dividend reinvestment plan, a move tied to a change in their net asset value per share. It sounds a little technical, but it's really about how they're valuing and distributing shares to investors who choose to automatically reinvest their dividends. Let's decode that. This is a current report filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, commonly known as a Form 8K. These reports are used to announce major events that shareholders should know about. Think of it as the company's way of making a public announcement when something significant happens. The key date here is July 29, 2025. That's the day something important happened and the company is now reporting it. This tells us who the report is about. Blue Owl Capital Corporation 2. They seem to be involved in managing capital for investors. This section gives us some basic corporate information. They are incorporated in Maryland and we see their commission file number and IRS employer identification number. These are like a company's official ID numbers. This is their principal executive office address in New York City. And here's their main phone number. We won't spend too much time on these administrative details though, because the real story is in what they are announcing. This part of the report is specifically about the company's financial performance and condition. It's often where the most important news for investors is shared. Here's the core announcement. Blue Owl Capital Corporation 2, which they refer to as the company, made a decision on July 29, 2025. They've set a new price of $8.57 for shares bought through their dividend reinvestment plan. Normally, when you reinvest dividends, the company uses your dividend money to buy more shares for you. The price of those shares is usually based on what the company's assets are worth per share, but that value can change. We're told there was a change in their net asset value per share, which led to this new share price of $8.57 for shares bought through share, but that value can change. We're told there was a change in their net asset value per share, which led to this new share price of $8.57 per share, which led to this new share price of $8.47.07. Now, what does this really mean for investors? Think of it like this. If the company's assets, like the investments they manage, become more valuable per share, then when you reinvest your dividends, you get slightly fewer shares for the same amount of money. Conversely, if the assets become less valuable per share, you'd get more shares. In this case, the net asset value per share likely went up, leading to the new price of $8.57. This small adjustment can matter, especially for investors who consistently reinvest their dividends over how the company values its own shares. And it directly impacts how much of the company an investor owns through dividend reinvestment. While this filing is brief, it does give us a glimpse into how Blue Owl Capital Corporation 2 manages its share issuance and valuation processes. This is the company we're looking at, Blue Owl Capital. They're a player in the alternative asset management space. This means they manage money for clients in things like private equity, credit, and real estate. These types of investments can sometimes be less liquid or more complex than traditional stocks and bonds. Knowing that helps us understand why their net asset value per share might fluctuate more than a typical publicly traded company. This signature at the end tells us who officially signed off on this report. In this case, it's Jonathan Lamb, who holds the important titles of Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer. Having the CFO sign off adds weight to the accuracy of the information presented. So let's put it all together. Blue Owl Capital Corporation 2 has filed a Form 8K to announce a change in the price of shares issued through their dividend reinvestment plan. This new price is set at $8.07 per share, and it's a direct result of an update to the company's net asset value per share. For investors who participate in the dividend reinvestment program, this means that with the new valuation, they will acquire shares at this specific price point. This update indicates that the company's underlying assets have experienced a change in valuation, which naturally affects the price at which new shares are issued for reinvestors who participate in the dividend reinvestment programs, but it's always good to be aware of these adjustments as they can subtly impact your ownership stake over time. This particular filing is very focused on this one specific operational update. Overall, this filing doesn't reveal sweeping financial results or major strategic shifts, but it does provide a precise operational detail that directly affects investors participating in their shareholder-friendly dividend reinvestment plan. It shows a commitment to transparency on pricing adjustments. Alright, that's our quick decode of Blue Owl Capital Corporation 2's latest filing. What are your thoughts on these share price adjustments and how do they impact your view of the company? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more regular dives into the financial world. And a huge thanks to everyone who's joined our Discord community. You can find the link in the description. See you in the next video.